Such a beautiful day today. As you can see, it's the middle of October with the sun's out. But today I wanted to talk about why you guys feel so fatigued at the gym. Now, you might not, realize how impactful this is, but this can genuinely damage you long term. This can make you more susceptible to illness. It can make you more susceptible to brain disease. And at the same time, it obviously gives you a lot of brain fog. You feel less productive. It's really dangerous to be going to the gym and feeling fatigued. So let me explain why it happens and exactly how you can make sure this doesn't happen to you anymore, so that your life improves by a significant portion and you don't have to worry about not having enough energy. You don't have to dread going to the gym. When I go to the gym, I'm literally so energetic. I'm so excited to go to the gym. And it's just because I know how to manage my fatigue. And because of that, my body rewards me and my body is always energetic. You have to make sure that gym plays a positive impact in your life, not a negative one. So you generally get more energy after working out. You generally feel better after working out. You get the physique you want, all of these things. And a lot of it has to do with fatigue. So enough of this, introduction. I'm going to get into exactly why this happens. So this is going to be a science-based video. I'll just explain scientifically. I hope you guys can follow, and I hope I'm interesting enough in my speech so that you can follow. But first of all, the main reason you're fatigued is because your central nervous system is absolutely cooked, okay? Absolutely cooked. Now let me explain what I mean by that. When you work out, right? When you work out, you're not just using your muscles. Of course you are using muscles, but you're not just using your muscle. Your central nervous system, which includes your spine and your brain, right? This is why brain fatigue is a huge thing. Your central nervous system is responsible for recruiting muscle fibers and motor units. You don't need to know what those terms mean at all, but basically what it means is that your brain and your spine are responsible for you lifting the weights. Okay, so when you lift the weight, it's because your brain sends a signal to your central nervous system, which sends it to part of your central nervous system, which sends it to your muscles, and your muscles then lift the weight. And then your muscles get fatigued, and at the same time, you have to understand your central nervous system gets fatigued as well. And when your central nervous system gets fatigued, what happens is that you build up cortisol. Your central nervous system, there's two parts of it, right? The parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight one. When you lift too heavy, when you have too much stress in your life, whether it's emotional stress, right? Someone broke up with you, I'm not going to say what I was about. Something bad happens, let's say, right? You're going to get cortisol because that's something dangerous in your body. It's the stress hormone, cortisol. At the same time, if you're lifting very heavy for a prolonged period of time, you're also going to get cortisol in your bloodstream, okay? And cortisol is something you don't want because it inhibits muscle gain. At the same time, it makes you very fatigued, very tired, and it disrupts other hormones. Okay, you do not want to be in a stress state all the time. Okay, so you may not be mentally stressed, but it does the same thing when you're physically stressing your body out a lot. It literally does the exact same thing as if you went through a traumatic event, because both of them are tied to the central nervous system. So having your dog die is equivalent to overtraining in the gym. It's going to release the same chemicals. You're going to feel the exact same. And I'm serious. Your memory may be different of it, but your chemicals are the same. And right now, why you're so fatigued in the gym is because your body is full of cortisol. Now, you might be on a plateau. You might be trying to gain muscle. You might be trying to train really, really hard. And the problem with training really, really hard, and I train really, really hard, but the problem with doing it and just doing like a week, then a rest day, and then repeating over and over again is that when you do this, you don't actually give your nervous system ample time to rest. So you may think, I have a rest day. I have a few rest days. Why is it not? Your body needs a lot more than that off. And at the same time, it needs new stimulus. So let me explain all of that. Let me unpack all of that, okay? So first off, you can't just go on one rest day and then start training super hard the next day again, okay? Or a few rest days. It's not enough. If you're doing the same split over and over again, your body's going to adapt to it. But at a point, after about 6 weeks, and I have a video on this, it starts resisting the adaptation, so it stops building muscle, okay? You can make a little bit more gains, even though they start plateauing, by training harder, and then by training harder. But at a point, you'll be training really, really hard, and you won't be able to make gains, and that's because your body is tired, it's fatigued, it doesn't want to deal with that anymore. You need to stop feeding it the same splits, and you need to change something up. And by the way, everything I say in this video can be looked up. If you disagree, please let me know in the comments. I'll talk to you. We can talk about it. But when you're lifting so much, right, and you're lifting so heavy, your body doesn't want to adapt anymore, and because of that, it starts releasing cortisol. That's gonna make you smaller. If you start plateauing in the gym, it's more than likely just because you've been training really hard and your body's full of cortisol. Okay, so this cortisol causes fatigue in all areas of life. The way to fix it is you need to take a deload week. Now, everyone talks about deload weeks. Well, not everyone talks about deload weeks, but everyone knows about deload weeks, but nobody does it. A lot of science-based lifters, let's say Jeff Nippard, whatever. I know there's some drama going on with them, but ignore. They're science-based lifters, right? They know what they're talking about. Jeff Nippard advocates for the deload week, and the reason you need a deload week is so that your body has that whole week to just recover. You need a long time. You need a lot more than just a rest day or a few to recover. So once you have a deload week, you spend some time just running, doing some push-ups, getting the blood flow up, and when you do that, your body recovers much more faster. It's called active recovery. You need to look into it, okay? After that, what you have to do is, because your nervous system is still cooked and still tired of doing the same split over and over and over again, what you need to do is you need to change up your splits. So change up the exercises, change up the exercise order, don't change up the rep ranges. You don't want to do that because that leads to different adaptations, which is not muscle growth, right? You can do strength, you can do endurance, but focus on muscle growth, 8 to 12 reps. But you need to change up exactly what you're doing. So you go from push-pull legs to like upper lower rest. And when you do that and you change up the exercises, it's a new stimulus and your body is ready to start adapting. And at the same time, because it's not exhausted from the last split, it's gonna start adapting and you won't feel so destroyed. Your body won't be in fight or flight mode because it's not being attacked anymore. It has a job to do, right? It has to be it now has to adapt. Before, when you keep repeating the same split, it's basically being attacked and it starts releasing cortisol all over the place. But this is more than likely the reason you feel so fatigued in the gym, and that's why you're gonna start plateauing very soon if you don't change this up. So to recap, make sure you're doing a deload week at the end of around 6 weeks. It's different for everyone. And after that, change up the split. Otherwise, you're going to be so tired, you're going to be so fatigued, and your whole life and your quality of life is going to suffer. It happened to me. I was doing this I trained for 2 years, and I was on a plateau for 2 full years. And I got dumber, I got weaker, I got smaller. It was a terrible thing, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. If you guys want more tips like this, then make sure to subscribe and follow along, because I'll be giving more esoteric knowledge on the gym that nobody talks about, but is all scientifically proven and is true. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.